everyone. Ever since I first saw Rooms of Wonder, which this is by Johanna Basford, ignore that one, I've wanted to have a go at this page, and I thought I would do it as a very long series of videos. Now I may not do the whole page one day after another. I will see how it goes. My aim is to just do 5 to start with and see how that is. Now you did see this book here. This is obviously A Magical Jungle by Johanna Basford. What I've done is I've popped it underneath here because this is really near the front of the book, so there's not much to lean on. So a little tip for you, if you're colouring either very near the beginning or the end, pop a book of the same size is best, but any book underneath, and then you've got a bit more of a surface to lean on. Particularly when you get to here and you're near the spine, it can be quite tricky. So there we go. I've popped a piece of paper under the page as well, so there's no transfer of any pencil or ink or anything from underneath. And let's come in closer. I am just going to start the first one here and move in order. I had considered whether to just sort of go back and forth and do different ones, but I just thought, why not? Let's just start at the beginning. I'm going to be using my Staedtler Design Journey pencils. Okay, so I'm going to start by picking. Now I've got them all mixed up. What I've got is I've got my Derwent pencil case here, and I've got them all mixed up, all my Staedtlers together in one case. But I'm going to purposely pick out just the Design Journey pencils because I know I've been asked to sort of demonstrate them, so that's what I'll do. One thing I'm just looking for is my colour list. I've got a list of colours somewhere. I see, oh, here it is. So I can tell you the colour names. Now if you want to know, if you want a chart with the colour names, I have produced one. It's in my Ko-fi shop. This is number 21, by the way. Let's just get colouring. And it's called Light Rose. Okay, and I'm going to do this sort of outside of the box with the light layer of this to start with. So yes, I've done a chart. It's available in my Ko-fi store. There is a link in my description. And there's loads of bump in my video description, so it can be a bit annoying finding things, but it's quite near the bottom. So if you go down to the bottom and there's a bit of Find Me Elsewhere or something, and they're all in there. This is a bit fiddly. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour over those circles with the pink, and we'll do them in a much darker colour, so it doesn't matter. Just to make it easier. I'll colour around those leaves though, because I want those to be green. I used to have a music box like this, and yeah, anyway, sorry, I was talking about my Staedtlers. I mixed them together in a pencil case. This isn't the best, it's a Derwent pencil case. I'm not 100% keen on it, but anyway, it's one that we had knocking about. My husband bought it, he didn't like it. I'm not that keen on them, but I wanted to have all my Staedtlers together in colour order so that I could sort of use them interchangeably in case there was a colour of one that was the same as another or whatever. To be honest, I've had a little bit of trouble with the Noris, trying to work out exactly which colour they are, because when I swatched them they didn't look like any others. Some of them, it was quite strange. I've got a 24 set of Noris, 36 of Ergos, a 24 of Design Journey Super Soft, and a 24 of Bog Standard Super Soft, which is what I'm going to be using. Because those, sorry, 36, 48? 48, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 21, 2, 3, 24, 48. Yes, sorry, that was very entertaining, wasn't it? Now, we've got a light layer across our box, and we need to think about where is it going to be lighter and darker. Now, I always almost do my light so that it comes from the top of the page. I think that makes it a little bit easier for me. So I'm thinking the light is going to be hitting it here. So this will be the lightest. So this is going to be a little bit darker. So I'm just going to layer it up a little bit more. I'm thinking maybe darker at the bottom and then just fading up a little bit is perhaps how it might be, like that. This pink is so delicate. And then on the bottom, on here, I'm thinking maybe I make the front a little bit lighter than the side. So I'll just make it a little bit darker from the bottom to the top. Just a little like that, and then this side make a bit darker. It's just a matter of layering up the colour a little bit more, and because Johanna's paper is good, it allows us to put many layers on, and I'm not pressing very hard. So there is the start of that, and then I'm just gonna make it darker down here and lighter as we go up, like I did for that bit. There we go. It's looking quite pretty. I had one of these, as I was saying. Mine was white. I didn't want to leave this one white. Now what I need now is a pink, which goes with this sort of shade. And I think the number 20 would actually work quite well. Okay, and I'm going to do, it's really dark in here. The inside, my music box had a sort of velvet inside, so, but I'm thinking we just make it a little bit darker. I think it'll work. Yeah, it's dark in here because I've shut the blind because the sun, it's so irritating. The sun is now on the desk in this recording room nearly all day long. And as lovely as it is to have some natural light and some sun, I don't want it in here on my recording desk, so I've got to have the blind shut. I'm trying to make this bit look darker because it's sort of inside, it would be darker. I'm thinking that side might be a bit darker than this side. But I want that to be darker than this, so I'm just going to layer up a little bit more. Like that. Now, I've also been thinking about these tickets, labels, whatever we might want to call them, and I'm wondering whether I want to just do them all the same and just get them all done. You know, whether the Lost Property Office, which I think is what these are supposed to be in, whether it's would have a sort of supply of labels and they're just using them all. I'm not sure how light that would be. I'm thinking the same as that. Do you remember these music boxes? Maybe if you're a boy, if you're male, you may not have had one. They do them for boys now, but they didn't when I was small. And you would open the lid, and if you wound it up, there'd be a key on the back. If you wound it up, when you open the lid, the ballerina would turn around and music would play. And when you shut the lid, she would bend. She was on a sort of spring, and it would be her being unlocked that would seem to activate the mechanism to allow the music box to work. I'm going to make this bit a bit darker because it's sort of inset into the lid. And there'll be, yes, this little mirror which would reflect the ballerina. It never occurred to me that, until now, that because this is a jewellery box, the mirror is actually supposed to be for you to look at your jewellery on you. But I did have some jewellery, beads and bits and pieces. I think I had a necklace with an elephant on, which was rather nice. Now I'm thinking it would be nice to have some sort of silvery bits like the lock and the edge of the mirror and the latch. So I'm just going to find my browns and my greys. I mean, I think number 80 is actually the best for a silvery colour. So I'm just going to use that on the lock, and I'm going to fade it towards the middle and leave a white bit, not on the edge but towards the middle, to try and make it look a bit shiny. I'm going to darken that in a minute. And the same with the mirror, just fade that there and there on the sort of edge, and then this bit too, leaving a sort of white bit. That for me isn't quite looking how I want it to look, so I'm going to grab the black, which is number 9, and just emphasize the areas that are really dark. I find that if you make certain bits darker, it'll make it, the white bit, look whiter and shinier. I don't know why. Right, the glass, I think I'm going to use the really light colour. This is 800, it's called Cool Grey, I'm telling you all the names. The other number 80 is light grey. I'm just going to make a few marks on our mirror there, that's it. Now, our ballerina, I feel that she needs to stand out a little bit. Mine had a little white skirt, but I'm thinking that probably something a little more that will stand out more. So I'm going to grab the 61. This is the what's 61 called? Dark mauve, and I'm going to make her quite dark. Now I realise that ballerinas normally would be quite subtle in the colour of their sort of clothing, but I don't know why I'm making her hands that colour, that's a bit silly, isn't it? And we need something for her face. The peach is probably the best. What number is that? Number 43. It's sometimes called light orange, this, strangely. But there's another 42 is actually light orange, so I get a bit confused. Right, leaves. Doesn't really matter. I want something reasonably bright, not too blue. I think number 5 will work well. And I'm just going to block them in because they're small. Could even do this with the, well, I was going to say you could do it with a bit of gel pen, but I have not mastered the art of mixing pencil and gel pen without the gel pen just looking really bright. It's not really what I want. I'm going to do the flowers in there and the dots on there in the same colour. And I'm thinking a dark purple might be nice. This is number 6. It's actually, I think it's violet. Yeah, it's called violet. And I'm going to need it really sharp. Luckily, my husband just put a new blade in my sharpener for me, so I can get a nice sharp point on my quiet handheld one. Now, these are too small to leave a white mark in the middle. If I wanted to make them look really jewel-like, I would leave a white dot, but as I said, they're too tiny. And I could try putting a little white dot with pen, which I might try in a bit. But we'll just get the basic pencil work done first. That's that, and then, yeah, the florals. I'd like to fade it towards the top of the petal, but you don't have much room, especially on those little ones. Now, if you're a member normally of my YouTube channel, I normally give away a compilation video on the first day of a new series. Today being the first day of this series, there won't be a compilation video of every video from this page. I won't have time to record them all. I'm going to make the ticket this purple, but do it lightly. I won't have time to record them all before this one goes out. So you might get, I might do them in batches, or I might just wait till the end. But if I wait till the end, it'll be enormous, won't it? The amount of videos. I think I'm going to make it a bit darker on the edge. Looks a bit wishy-washy. Oh, there's a train going by. I like the fact that this lid's open on this one rather than closed. Makes it fun. As if maybe the Lost Property team have been listening to the music. I think. Sorry, I'm just trying to make it neater. Looks a bit messy. So I have to say, Staedtler pencils, for me, the Ergos are still my favourite. but as they've been discontinued, I think these Design Journey, not the super soft, just the bog standard Design Journey, do seem a good replacement. However, they're not doing them open stock, so that's quite disappointing for me. It's sort of almost putting me off bothering with getting lots of them, but you know, we'll see. I do like them, so I probably will keep going with them. And I've got a lot at the moment because I've got different sets to play with, so we'll see. But that's me for today. That's our little jewellery box, ballerina box, music box, whatever you want to call it, done. And the next one looks quite it's quite interesting because some of these are really quite simple and some of them are quite complex. So we've got a nice mix really. So if you have a few days when you don't get a chance to colour and you do want to keep up with the videos and watch them, you will find there'll be different lengths and complexities, which I think is a good thing. Anyway, for today, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day and happy colouring.